So, Joey, please repeat your question.
I was just asking if you could elaborate or talk more about I am that I am, because that's ambiguous, has a lot of meaning to different people, different ways that you hear that.
Well, let's get the humorous part out of the way. Growing up, one of my childhood heroes, other than Superman, another one was Popeye the Sailor.
Yeah.
At the end of every Popeye cartoon, Popeye would say, I am's that I am's, and that's all that I am's. Doot doot, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I am that I am, that's all that I am. He's quoting Exodus. When Moses asked Yahweh, Lord, Moses is the ruler of the Pharaoh is the ruler of the world. I am but a humble shepherd, ostracized by Egypt. Who do I say is sending me unto Pharaoh? You say, Moses, unto Pharaoh, I am that I am has sent you. I am that I am has sent you to be me as Yahweh, Krishna, Buddha, Christ, Kali, Brahma, whoever and whatever, Allah, whoever your God is. It is you. Has many names. Joey, Andreas, Jack, Zizi. When you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, G-U-R-U, which is your own greatest spiritual master and teacher, G-U-R-U, I am that I am, you're affirming unto yourself that you are all that there is. There is nothing outside of you. Nothing. And when you step away from that mirror and see what you see, it's the same guy on the other side of that mirror that's doing exactly the same thing that you don't see. Doing exactly the same thing. Which one of you is doing it, really? None of us, unless we have had the meditative experience of staring into a mirror and looking intently into our eyes, to make contact with ourselves in our eyes, to see the image upside down, will be the first time you have seen yourself the way others see you. When you look in the mirror, you're seeing the reverse of what other people see. You have never seen yourself the way I see you, Andreas, unless you've done that exercise. You have to look in your eyes or someone else's eyes to see your own reflection in it. That would be the first time you see yourself the way I see you. Talk about the mirror. We're all mirrors. We're all mirrors unto each other. That's the empowerment. I am that I am. All that there is. Not a part of it. The totality of it.
Becky?
Yeah.
That's very clear.
Okay. Is it clear to you?
Just asking myself, I mean, the totality of it contains just me, right? I mean, so what happens when we're sitting here and we have those mirrors actually somewhere but not visible? So how does that work? How is this I would like to understand what my eyes are not capable to see, or they're just not. It's not. Yeah, they're not built to do that. Probably. That I can see what happens, like when basically three Tauruses sit next to each other. What's happening to the currencies around us? I mean,
It isn't happening in the one thing.
the one thing.
The bands and rings around the torus are infinite. Correct? There's no set number of bands around the torus.
You mean bands like?
Well, the rings that keep
Yeah,
looping
yeah.
in, they're infinite. Then you have within the rings the other torus, that's the tornado that goes this way, and it comes the other way, it reverses and comes out.
Yeah.
It's all the one thing. So these that are coming from and spinning this way, or those that are coming and spinning this way, are all of us. Once we go into the center, we're all there again, collectively. Once we move back out, we're there individually again. Able to see each other. We're all part of the torus. The one torus is not infinite toruses. The torus is one massive configuration unto itself that expands and contracts infinitely to accompany anything that's micro and anything that's macro. Infinitely. On all dimensions.
But every little being, as far as I understand, is exactly as the original Taurus, right? I mean, is part of the Taurus. But
So is an
itself-
atom that make up, there's zillions of atoms in your body. They're exactly the same way too. Which one of these atoms isn't you? Well, which one of us isn't the Taurus?
Yeah, somehow, something in me is just want to figure everything out. Feel
Of course, but you understand why that, the reasoning for that. What are you?
I'm all there is.
But, yeah, all there is what? I'm an artist. Lunatic. Zoe's a moving sound healing hands. You're a wizard. Of course you want to figure shit out. You're like Zay. Zay's a systems genius. She's got to figure things out. She goes batty if she doesn't. And she always does. Because she'll take a break from it. She doesn't have to figure it all out today.
It's definitely easier when you're completely exhausted and are kind of not capable to want to run your brain anymore, and you just like can relax and let go and have sleep. And I actually figured out that my breathing issues before I went to sleep, that is getting better every night. Like it's actually no, it's actually a really happy relief for me, because it was not it's not that battle anymore before I can actually go to sleep.
Cool.
But it took like at least 10 days.
Oh my God, 10 fucking days. There's a lifetime. God, how did you deal with that?
And the air, and then whatever might be around, like the Wi-Fi, or then the dogs. I mean, it was just like, elaborating whatever could be stopping me away from going to sleep. Yeah.
So what was it in the end? You figured it out?
Exactly that drive to want to figure out
right.
that there's some unconscious stuff that I want to still find out, and it's, I just can't let it be for the moment. So
I'll tell you something that you don't do that will help you a lot, and I'm not joking. It's insane, but it will help you a lot. Yeah? You can't sleep? Yeah? You've got a carpeted room in there, correct?
Yeah.
You've got countertops, not the wall. Well, you can do it on the wall, because the walls are just do it away from ZZs. Yeah? Take your head and go. See where everything concentrates after you do that.
Yeah, I know pain helps, yeah.
See what happens when you headbutt yourself like that. For me, nothing happens. Except I can damage things. But what it does do, the minute you make the impact, boom, and come up, it's and I'm feeling it right here. Concentrate on that. See how long you remember what time you went to sleep. Practice that. Not here. Unless you're outside at the table here. It will help you. You need to slow down. Quit feeling you need to move faster than you need to move. Enjoy each breath of your life, Andreas, and celebrate it. Don't have to figure everything out. There's some things you're not going to figure out. You're just going to be able to do. And there'll be no program, nothing you can write fast enough to get it all out on paper. It'll just, kind of like the Addams Family on TV. Remember the black and white TV show, The Addams Family? Do you have that in Switzerland? Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. It'll happen like that. You don't have to figure everything out. Some things will just be spontaneous combustion. Of inspiration.
Can I offer a suggestion? When I can't figure things out up here, I just try and, flick the off switch and go down here.
Well, that's what this exercise is.
Yeah. And then now,
Exactly.
now that I have the 9 totems, that's a lot easier. Because then you can kind of combine the two, right? And you don't have to completely turn off my mind, but don't always rely on the mind to figure things out. Because the mind can only do so much. Sometimes you have to try and turn it off, and that takes whacking your head against the table. But
Well, that helps because then it gives you the opportunity to listen to what's going on inside your body when you've done that. Because there's definite resonance and vibration and frequency, a change. And it's like each of us that draw that 9 totem card. Number 2, child within. What is that one? The child within. Know when to speak and when to listen. The mind, when it's speaking, needs to be listening. So as Joey said, you turn down the volume and you go to the heart. Because the heart's what turns the mind on anyway. The mind doesn't turn on the heart. And I think you're in that reverse loop. You're still contrary with yourself on some of those things. You rely way too much on this and not nearly enough on this. When you have things figured out here, you can go down here and say, oh, I figured it out, I feel good now. No, you don't. It's only temporary. When you do it from here to trigger this, It's permanent. The heart is the seed of all motivation to accomplish anything. It's not the head. We were talking earlier. That's what I told Whitney. Psychology is the male concept that has never given birth to anything. I'm trying to figure things out. Man, can't do that. Impossible. Yet a whole field of psychology is based on that principle. A lie. Another lie by a man. A woman didn't make that up. Men did. And who do they blame for all the psychoses that happened to them? Mommy. Mommy did it. Excuse me. We must undo all that we have learned. Because it's all bullshit. There's no truth out there. It's in here, and it's in running rampant and wild and free inside your cellular memory. Who you are, who you represent from your collective, and who you are as Andreas, the wizard. What him?
Yeah, so I can't start the journey here because that's the wrong
Yeah,
ship to sail.
that's right. There's no ship there. It's all imagination. There's no life force to it. Just imaging, projecting. There's no one behind the projector. Bars. One running the projector. Yeah.
What helps me a lot, basically, it shuts me most of the time completely down, is that what you told me when I put on a question, I know 80% of the answer already. So sometimes I sit here, I don't know what to say because I have no questions. So, like the work I have to do, sometimes I think I just need to be a bit more just by myself, that I can't, get distracted. So,
Well, at least for now. It may be true.
what do you mean by that?
For now,
Yeah.
in your process, that may be true. You may need to create more time alone than you're accustomed to. Because that's when you get to know who you are without distraction of TVs, magazines, reading a book, watching television, playing video games, just sitting there, laying there. Okay, Andreas, for him, what's up? You talk to a friend and listen to what's up.
Yeah, that's what I never was teached how to do it, and now it's time to just do it.
I'll give you a tool how to start the process. Write yourself a letter with a set of questions. And express it and release all the tension, anger, frustration, anxiety, bigotry, fears, doubts. The bullshit, it's all bullshit. Get it all out, write it. Literally address it to yourself with a stamp. Mail it to yourself. When it goes through the mailing cycle and you open that letter up, you answer it like you're divine, like you're God. You answer that troubled soul, that individual. Answer those questions for that person. Do the same thing. Mail it to yourself. doing? What the fucking kind of bullshit is that? This is goddamn bullshit, double talking motherfucking shit. Mail it to yourself. Open it up. Smile. Go. And respond. An unconditional love. Eventually, that person on the other side of that letter, the other side of the mirror, is going to get it. Guaranteed. It works. I know for a fact it works. I did that for about 4.5 months in 1982. I couldn't go to AA meetings anymore. I blew that. But I'd write myself the angry letter. The fuck off letter. Fuck you, God. Who the fuck do you think the fuck you are? Fuck. And let God respond to me in unconditional love. It works. Like in the cartoons, the light goes off the top of the head, and you realize both of these guys are me, and this guy's losing the conversation. Another tool for both of you to use, if you choose to. This for you, Joy, it really works with relationships. Really, you'd be surprised how much you know.
You're just in denial.
Mm.
I have a small question about the first of the 12 pathways, the grammar, because I read it as security addictions, sensation addictions, and power addictions.
Security, sensation, and power addiction.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes we'll leave out the word if it applies to all of them. But that's how I was reading it, because I don't see the point in freeing myself of sensation. How am I supposed to enjoy my life if I free myself of sensation?
You figure it out.
I'm freeing myself from sensation addictions.
You're freeing yourself from exactly what it says. From security. Security of what? What security are you freeing yourself from? Do you even know what you're freeing yourself from? Do you know what security you're freeing yourself from? It's the first word. What security are you freeing yourself from?
I don't know, because that's not how I've been reading it.
From dying, actually. I mean, that's where it ends for me. From the be afraid of death when I'm not be able to pay my bills and all that kind of machinery that works.
There's 3.5 million people in the United States that don't have a job, don't have an income, and aren't going hungry, aren't going without medical attention, and have places when it's severe weather, places to sleep at night. You can do it that way. Or you can enjoy your life and be a hobo and do nothing except plant seeds, have a backpack, and support me on internet. I'm planting seeds, I'm planting fruit trees all over the world, all over Switzerland. Support me in my quest. any number of ways where we don't have to be afraid of that. But to answer Joey's question, the reason those words are where they're at is because they carry a particular resonance as to the three things that forcibly excuse ourselves to attempt to control our lives. Security that it's talking about is the security of having a decent paying job, a good education, a good lover, a good this, a good roof over my head. Stars are your roof over your head. That's the security from what we've been told we need to have monetarily to be secure, and philosophically to be secure, freeing ourselves from that lie. Because the only thing you need to be secure is what? For you to truly feel secure and complete within yourself, what do you need for yourself?
My next breath.
Which is given to you by
the environment that I live in.
By the plants. Without them, there is no oxygen to breathe. Hug a tree. Kiss a flower.
See, I just can't wrap my head, because for me, if enjoying my life is the highest form of worship, my enjoyment needs security and sensation. I'm not going to be addicted to it. This is how I read it. Anyways, this is how I've been digesting that first pathway. So all of these were addictions. Like the idea that it is a need above all else, being an addiction.
You're trying to figure it out. You're playing Andreas. You're trying to figure it out.
Well, no, but that's even, turning down volume in my mind where I feel it, where if enjoyment is the highest form of worship in my life.
Enjoying your life.
Enjoying my life.
Is the highest form of worship.
Is the highest form of worship.
Right.
And for me to enjoy my life the way...
You're taking it, you're reading something into it that it isn't saying, and that's why you're having difficulty with it.
Okay, yeah.
To enjoy one's life as the highest form of worship, one needs to do what? Enjoy one's life. Enjoying one's life as the highest form of worship means that you're going to nurture, fuel it, exercise it, be one with it, nurture it, love it. Yeah?
But what you said earlier about the thick Pittsburgh-style porterhouse steak with all the trimmings, that's the highest form of worship.
For somebody.
For somebody.
That isn't awake.
That isn't awake. Okay, but the healthy vegan meal that sustains me for my activities,
that's worrying about his next breath because all the plants are being polluted, and now I'm eating plants, so I'm diminishing my oxygen supply.
I didn't go that far.
Well, but that's how far you're taking it. By analyzing it, picking it apart.
No, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not speaking very clearly.
Okay, the security that we have is for you to enjoy your life as the highest form of worship doesn't mean that you're not going to have sensation. You're not going to be living your life to be stimulated by sensations. Doesn't mean you're not going to have security. It just means you're not going to live your life to maintain security. A sense, this mythos idea of what security is. This mythos idea of what sensation is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And then power addictions are just that. They're addictions of power, which is what the system thrives on and wants to make good little vacuum-packed soldiers to